Hi, this is Rachael Lyons. I am a psychic medium and welcome to my podcast. It's called Sessions. You can watch or listen anywhere you usually get your podcasts. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and let's see what this session brings. I just want to jump straight in, but I'll do my little introduction. Let me know at any point if you want to pause or stop. I'm really very happy to do so. It's really want you to be comfortable. Okay, so really nice to meet you. I'm Rachael. Hi, Danny. Thank you so much for coming in. So I'm a psychic medium. What does that mean? I feel like everybody has psychic abilities. In fact, I really believe everyone has got some ability somewhere in that space. So I love to work. I use tarot cards and I brought some with me, but I also do what's called non-tool psychic. So I like to work in the space, sometimes without the cards. I see, I hear, I taste a lot of information around the psychic space, and that's where it links into my mediumship. So mediumship is what I love to do as well, connecting in with people who have passed over. Often they have messages or want to connect. So I work with my spirit guides and connecting with your guides as well, and hopefully we have really clear communication. Often people come for readings because sometimes they have questions. So if you've got questions, it could be anything. There's no judgment. I'm just really interested if there's something you want to look at specifically or areas in your life we can work together for you really to help yourself in the space. And the other thing that's so important, it has to make sense for you. So my job is to always make sure that I'm checking in that you're connecting with the information. If it doesn't make sense, please let me know. I love a no. It's brilliant because it means that I have the opportunity to go and check with my guides, hey, can I have that slightly differently? And that's just really important for us to have that, to make sure that we're connecting and working. Does that sound
Absolutely.
good?
Yeah.
Perfect. So what would you like to talk about today? Is there anything in particular?
Yes. Yes, I have been recently through a huge shift, transformation, tower moment in my life.
Yeah.
I had a baby and realized that my now ex-partner was not pulling his weight, and we've separated last year. I'm coming to the full circle now, and I'm still hurting from it.
Yeah.
Very, very much. I was not listening to my intuition in the beginning. I felt like this was the guy that was completely different to everyone else, and I felt the real strong pull towards being a mother, and he came at the right time as I was freshly out of a different relationship, and I felt like this was not going to be anything strong, anything solid. I just thought, whatever, let's just see, go with the flow. And yeah, there were red flags, there were intuition telling me this is not the right thing. But because of the mother pull was pulling me and he was there to provide, we had a baby through IVF, and we've separated last year, and I just ended up being so hurt. Like I've never ever been hurt before. And in a way I feel like now, not necessarily I blame myself, but I feel like, but why you didn't listen to your intuition? You knew from the beginning it was not right. You knew he was not giving you what you wanted, yet you still went ahead and had a baby with him, and now you're the one that is hurting. So, and I now have him for the rest of my life, in my life, for being the dad that is not pulling his weight, and then I have to really like mother him in a way, tell him what to do, and it's a constant fight club. And I just feel like, what have I done to deserve this? Not that he is bad or horrible, but he's just very avoidant, emotionally unavailable,
Yeah.
Disconnected, possibly autistic, I'm not sure. There's just a lot, and I'm just feeling like, oh my god, I really don't want him in my life. But he's going to be there because of our child, and our child is amazing, she's lovely. And if there's anything out of that relationship, I find that I have a little gift, and she's beautiful, she's amazing, she's lovely, but it's just grinding me down. And I just feel like, if anybody can explain me what my soul contract with this person is, because I'm just at the end. I just constantly feel like I'm the one giving, I'm the one managing things, I'm the one doing everything, and he's not financially responsible, he's not contributing anything, yet he wants to be the best father in the world, and she loves him. So it's just a lot.
I hear you.
And both of my parents are gone, so I have no help at all. So,
well, I'm really sorry to hear about the passing of your parents. And that sounds like a very challenging position to be in. And as you're talking, I'm seeing images coming up as well, especially around certain questions that you've been putting across. So I'm going to respond to those, and please feel free to jump in and ask questions. Yeah. First thing I have to tell you is I have got such a tickly head, and that happens when I have spirit around. I don't know why, but that's how I get that signal. I keep hearing a name around, it feels like it's protecting and around your daughter, and it starts with a K, but I almost hear like a Carolina or a Carol. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Okay. Is that someone that's passed?
Yeah, that's probably my granddad.
Thank you. They are, it's very strong tickles. They are around and they want to share and talk with you as well. He's saying, I can hear him. He's actually saying, around your daughter, I'm looking after her, and I've been guarding her, and like I've guarded her as as an angel, I suppose is the best way to interpret it. He also enjoys. He says, I enjoy playing with her and being around her. He's saying that your daughter's very open to. She's, I would call, maybe sometimes the word indigo child is used, somebody who's very connected into the psychic space, or somebody who's very connected in, or just, I feel like all children are more aware. He's saying that she's very much like that. She has an awareness, and it's almost like it's not as scary. He sort of turns up. It's more that he's just around and guiding, and he wants to say, you've done such an amazing job. She's absolutely beautiful, and he says she looks like a mix of you, but also your dad. He's saying there's like a mixture. It was I'm just listening to him. He's saying it's a challenge that you've been handed, and he wants to. Sometimes spirit do this, and I think it's really helpful. He wants to say, I see you, and he says you're strong. It doesn't mean it's easy, but you are strong and you're doing it. And for that, he says, that's amendable. That's something he wants to say that's of great praise. I feel like there's some religious connotations in his wordings as well. Like I feel like he had quite a lot of belief around maybe spirituality or connecting into the space, but he seems quite a private person as well. Mm-hmm. So he's definitely around. I'm just going to pop him over here, but he's still working with us because there's other bits going on. So we've got him on team, which is great. When you were talking around, I knew I had the sensation to have a child. I saw over in this space you being a mother in what I perceive as a past life, with this same energy that you're connecting into, past life, or let's say other dimension. This 3 souls, your ex-partner, yourself and your daughter, have played out before. And what I see is the what they're going to the root to be direct and sort of show you is you're learning to be a real mother, and learning where you don't need to be a mother, or you don't want to be a mother in a partner. And it's almost, and I feel that's quite true of all parents, right? You're like, hang on, I'm actually looking after somebody who needs me. You don't need me. I shouldn't have to look after you in the same way, because who's looking after you? And it's you. So it's this, there's like an entity dance going on that happened. Let me just see, because I can see it over here, and see if I can get any more information. It's like a blue flower that comes. It's actually like, it feels like in your daughter's hand. She holds a blue flower, and then he comes and he goes. He comes and he leaves the space. It's almost, I actually see him, it's interesting, on a horse, coming in and then leaving. Mm-hmm. So somebody that was who's quite transient. Someone's like, I'm here for the moment and then I disappear. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's potentially his soul's dance. Mm-hmm. So you've all come together again in this space. He's attractive, he's a handsome, he's quite mesmerizing. He's sort of, when he's looking at you, he's only looking at you. But it's also, there's a dishonesty in himself where this is what I said I'm going to do, and I don't commit to it. But almost knowing this horse, the man on the horse knew he was to come and to go. So in this space, it's almost like he hasn't registered, I'm saying yes, but I'm not actually committed. Mm-hmm. And that's this friction for him, which is sort of landing onto your lap, into your hands. This blue flower is your daughter offering you the space in this in that area I can see of learning how to work with our throat chakra and this energy here and speaking your truth. Because what they're saying is, and I appreciate this is quite granular, but when you're talking to him, it's almost like you're saying the same thing over and over again, and he's still not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they're saying is, and what that energy is saying is, first of all, very loudly, actually, she says, you're the best mummy. You're doing an amazing job of being a mummy. And she's got your eyes. I can see her eye. She's just, when I looked at you, I just got that. Does that make sense?
She has got definitely my shape of face and the expression as well.
Something about, okay, thank you. And I also see something around your eyes, especially the circle shape is what I'm being drawn to. But yes, I can also see that she is actually kind of like a real mix, isn't she?
Yeah.
But the eyes in particular. And she's saying that you to her is great. It's not that relationship. It's you to him. And that's the relationship that that's the relationship that's where you're learning. It's this blue. And it's painful. And that's also, I sometimes feel like when we feel like it's more than we would experience of the emotion, it comes from a previous space or a space that's around us at the moment. It's almost like hyperbolized. It's almost like bigger than we want it to be. It feels unmanageable. And the thing is, it's not about saying the same thing. It's about really understanding what he's able to do. He can't even see it in himself. You're bringing up things to him that he hasn't even registered, doesn't want to even look at. And actually, it's exhausting for you because there's nothing you can do outside. Like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That's where this build-up of frustration is. So what they're saying is, your grandfather just said, he said, you did the best thing by leaving him. He's like, can you get rid of him more? Can you get rid of him more? But what you're saying is he's going to always be in our life. So it's about how to measure, I don't want to be in this relationship, but he's going to be around forever. That's a very big spectrum.
Yeah.
I see it as like blocks. It's like building like a building block, but like a space between you. This is the first block. It's almost like how to interact with him where it's necessary, because what they're saying is, and please let me know if this makes sense, that sometimes you're crossing the line for yourself around the emotional boundaries when you're talking to him.
I have learned how to stop that. I have learned to set up some boundaries, but yeah.
It's challenging.
Yeah,
We're only human.
Yeah.
And I think and thank you for sharing, because that's what they're saying is like they want to help you make it even more boxed for you, even more like this is this conversation, this is how this conversation is had, because your beautiful Achilles heel is that you are so open and able to understand. You're extremely empathetic. You've got a real soft soul, beautiful soul. It's quite spongy. It's like takes on other people. And with him, because you're so close and connected, actually there is connection, but there's so much more out there that you can connect in with in the future.
Yeah.
And the threads that he gives you, it's almost like seeing him for what he really is. And it feels like it's
not natural for me to be boundary led and be, kind of like zipped up in a little square box. Kind of, it's just not me, and I'm learning how to do that, and it's just doesn't come out natural. So yeah.
Of course, because it's really challenging. But what's wonderful about challenge is you're growing, and when we grow, it doesn't always feel nice. Growing is painful, growing pains, and you are growing in the space with him. But it's like you don't have. I feel like I just heard, because your parents aren't here anymore, you don't have that. You're doing a great job. Rhetoric, actually face to face. You know it. I can see you dream of them. Have you seen them in your dreams?
Yeah.
They're coming through a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're talking and you can hear that.
I can smell my dad sometimes in my living room.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's great. So what I was starting to say is that I can see them around you, but I appreciate when people aren't here. We don't still get what we sometimes need or want, which is you're doing an amazing job. And also it doesn't matter who says it to you. It's not certain people you want to say it to you to your face. So they are coming through and talking in dreams, which you're saying is happening, which is great. your dad's definitely around. I can see he sort of walks around the space where you're living with your daughter. Why does it not feel like home? Sorry, I've got this feeling of it doesn't quite feel like home.
It's not mine. I've been renting it, and my dream and my manifestation for the past year or so has been to either move or to buy it, and it's just been one challenge after another. So
I keep seeing you moving though. Sorry to interrupt, but I see you moving, but it's like a white house with a big green garden. And I'm not sure it's here.
Okay.
I'm not sure it could be the UK, but I don't feel it is. I feel like it's further afield. I feel like it's home. One moment, I feel like your parents are definitely around. I like to have a one in, one out policy, so I'm happy for your grandfather to stay here and I'm happy for them to come through. Your mum's coming through. She's saying go home. Take her home.
I can't because he's here and he's not from there. So home is Slovakia and I have a house there after my parents. They were trying to sell with my sister.
Is that the White House?
It is White House, actually.
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't feel like a home really because I haven't been living there for 20 years. But it is white and it's got a lot of greenery.
It's big, they say.
Yeah,
it's
big.
More space.
Yeah.
It's like 2 floors. It's like open.
Yeah.
It's literally like a picturesque house as I see it. The air's fresh. Your mum says you'll be there. She wants to help you get there. So I appreciate what's being said isn't possible in this moment, but it's sometimes, I always believe there's multiple options and outcomes. And what spirits say and where we're at in the space within the psychic space is what are they? What do they look like? Is there something new I haven't seen? Your mum says that's your home. I want you to go there.
I don't resonate with my country of origin, unfortunately. Slovakia is very narrow-minded mentality, and I'm a yoga teacher. I love being in London, so to me to move back, it would be just like moving back 20 years behind me.
That makes
and yes,
sense.
It's lovely, but it's not sustainable for my career.
It's really interesting. Thank you so much. When I'm working as a medium, it's like I'm the telephone. So you and your mum are having this conversation is how she's responding to you. And she says, it's sometimes spirit have to catch up. Sometimes they're not always connected in on everything we're doing. And they don't know until we talk. Yeah. She's saying, okay, she's a bit sad about it because she would like you. She's a bit mum's guilt on it. Like it would be nice, but she totally understands. I would say that she doesn't like the way that this person's treating you. She actually is quite, I feel like she has a bit of a temper because she kind of goes off and she actually calls him swine. She calls him like a pig. She's quite derogatory, but she's also somebody that's kind of very quick to have the emotion and then calms down. Does that make sense? Yeah. She's a bit fiery and then kind of cools off.
Yeah, I'm like that.
I hear the name like Bubba, like she calls you Bubba, like she wants to like put a hand on your face. It's like a term of endearment. If it doesn't make sense, I'll ask her to say it in a different way. She's saying that she's quiet. Have you had a reading before? I feel like it might be her first time coming through.
I have.
And she's come through before.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me just check then. That's my side. She sort of says, I said, what can you give him, for Danny in the space? And she says, what can you do? She says, what can you do? You have to just do the best with what you have and make the best decisions you can. She says, what I want you to start doing is taking it every day. Not because she says you're looking too far. And I guess when you say I'm with someone forever, I feel like that's what she's trying to connect him with. I feel like she's like moving around quite quickly. Like she's always sort of busy doing something. And I'm like, she's very happy doing that, but I'm like, can you slow down so I can... She loves what you're doing with the yoga. She loves the work that you're doing and she loves how independent it makes you.
Yeah.
And it gives you that independence. And she says, it's a shame that you haven't got a man that provides more so. But she says, but you're not with someone. So she wants you to find someone. Like most mums do. I keep hearing a name. She's saying David.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
I have a friend called David. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
She calls him dark-haired David.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
He's smart, she says. He's got a good job. She's showing me like a white shirt, sort of indicating like a professional, high professional job.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly different to almost more corporate kind of working. She says business, finance, that kind of space. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
She likes him. I think she's trying to set you up with him.
He's gay.
Okay, perfect. I'm asking, because I'm looking over here because I can see her over here. I'm asking her, did you know? And she's like, Did she know? Did she know he was gay?
Oh, my mum's passed. She passed like 20 years ago.
Okay, so she didn't meet him.
Yeah, no, she
Okay,
didn't.
so that would make sense that she might not have realised.
Yeah.
She's like, right, onto the list. She really wants to help you find someone. She sort of starts to write. She's really coming up with names. I'm hearing Michael as well.
Yeah, he's also gay.
Perfect.
Yeah, my two best gay friends. Yeah.
Okay, well, she definitely likes them.
Yeah, they're both really good.
She's laughing and she's like, okay, that makes sense. She loves that you have that energy around you. Is there a small dog as well?
No dog. Just two cats.
Okay, I could see like a small, like dark-haired chihuahua. It looks like to me. They didn't have one that passed.
No, I don't like dogs.
You don't like them?
Not that I don't like dogs. I don't like chihuahuas specifically. I don't mind dogs.
No, chihuahuas are.
Chihuahuas, no.
Are bananas.
Yeah.
I'm asking her, why are you showing me a doggy? She's saying about your daughter wants one.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
My daughter's also scared of dogs.
She is?
Yeah.
Okay.
She has cats. Yeah, we have 2 cats at home. And every time she sees a dog, she's
scared.
Yeah, she's just, yeah.
Let me ask. Sometimes spirit come up with things and you think, what's that about? She says that she likes them. And she says I'm asking, are you symbolic with what you're saying? Am I interpreting it? Is it actually this dog? She's like, there's something about this kind of protection that you need someone to protect you.
I do. I definitely do.
Let me have a look. Your mum's saying, I'm here to help, and she wants to help you find someone. So within the space, what I would say, after this reading and in life moving forward, asking Mum, I need some help me find someone. She's definitely on it. She's picking the wrong...
I've been married twice, and this is my 3rd long relationship, and do you know what? Sometimes I just feel like I'm done with men. I really do. I've been so not necessarily hurt, but I'm just
grab my cards.
I'm so honest, and I jump straight in, and I love too much, and I don't get what I deserve. Every single guy I've been with just disappointed me in a way. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm trying too hard here. I'm not pushing. I'm not. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, I'm not gonna be looking for it. I'm not. Actively dating or anything like that, because since I've been 20, I've been with someone, and now I'm just like, you know what, this is the first time when I'm actually
enjoying
on my own.
Yeah.
Happy to be on my own.
Yeah.
Don't need that validation, don't need anything. I'm just quite like enjoying my space and freedom.
That sounds great.
My daughter's little as well, so it's quite hard to be around someone that, can come to my life while she's like 2.5 years old,
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I keep hearing 3rd time lucky though.
Yeah.
I do see that happening, but I do see it in a couple of years. I keep seeing the number 2, and I also see the number 2. I was about to pick up the cards, but it's not quite right for this minute, because I see the card. It's showing me the 2 of Swords, and this is a great part of tarot. It's about 2 is always decisions, this road or that road, but either decision is your choice.
Yeah.
So it makes sense what you're saying. I'm not there yet. I do see it as a possibility, but again, we have free will. You might decide, I don't want to be with anyone for the rest of it. Whatever you want to do, but there is, it's not the end of the road. There's definitely someone that does look like there's a 3rd marriage, and I see you smiling and happy. I actually see like a white veil. I see like a lot of flowers, like a big arch with flowers around it, lots of white flowers. That also is symbolic of spirituality and coming into the space, as in being connected in and connected into what's going on. I feel for you, you've like lifted the lid. Even maybe in today, what you've come in to explore is like lifting the lid on like, am I connected? How am I connected? Does that make sense? And it feels like you can take the lid off and have a look and let it just kind of open up and see what happens. Because I feel like with you, you've got the fact that you see your parents in your dreams and can hear them, and you can smell your dad. You're already demonstrating clairaudience, clairvoyance, dreams.
I do tarot too sometimes. Like, just
so
for
you
myself.
know,
Yeah, mostly for
perfect.
myself. Yeah.
So you're really in the space. So it's there's more. There's more.
Yeah.
I keep seeing flowers around you, and there's symbolism in it, but there's also, it does feel like there's a connection with nature. And that's really invaluable to you. And it does feel like it would be good for you to get out the city, they're saying, and get into nature and spend some quality time. Is there something booked? I feel like you've got something booked, or looking at like a forest.
No, I don't. I'm not a forest type of girl. I'm more of a beach kind of girl.
Oh,
but
okay.
I have got something booked, yeah. I definitely do.
Perfect. Okay, and that's somewhere
It's
away.
a beach holiday.
But is it tropical?
No, it's, Fuerteventura, Canary Island. Going to a yoga retreat. Finally, in my life, I'm going to one.
Good. You're going to explore it and you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Good. And you're obviously taking your daughter.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lovely experience. You already know, you've already planned it, but that, booking it, having that space, for you at the moment, your mum was saying it's day by day by day. It's like, it's not, reduce the bigger picture. Sometimes with our perspective, it's great, but it doesn't help us. We want to help ourselves. So it's like, this relationship, just to help compartmentalize it, this relationship is great. You're doing the work already, and I appreciate it's hard. It's not natural for you, but also I keep seeing strength. I keep seeing strength card. I keep seeing 8s. So that's good as well. I feel like August, it's going to start to actually shift. I feel like after this holiday and we head into August, that's when it starts to shift. I feel like he's going to meet someone, or he's with someone now, and he's kind of getting his head around being in actually the relationship that will help him explore himself better. I don't know what you know and if you know, but what I see is him actually meeting somebody who stands next to him and tall next to him. Almost, I see someone very light hair and actually very tall, and them connecting and her saying, you need to grow up. So I feel like, interestingly, when someone new comes in, they're not actually against you, they're actually in support of you and your daughter. And so when that happens, that dynamic, does that make sense? Has he got someone already?
We don't talk. We don't have contact.
We don't know.
Other than our child, we don't really.
Okay. Because
engage.
I feel like, okay, thank you. Because I feel like that relationship from his side helps him open up to, that's helping him open up into, it's to do with his daughter and how to prioritize her and actually showing up for her. Because there's a lot, I mean, I know you said it, but there is a lot he can do that he isn't. And it's really small things that can make a big difference. I can see the distance between what he can, what he is like a big slope. So I feel that relationship will improve once he figures himself out. And I feel like it actually comes through support of another partner. And that partner is in full support of you and your daughter. There isn't, I'm competitive, I need to take, it's none of that. It's actually like, why aren't you there? Why aren't you stepping up? Somebody that isn't afraid to tell him what's what. And so why is that of value? Because I feel like that's going to help the dynamics, that you can't control that, but that's happening outside of you, to give you some sort of understanding of what's going on there. And then for you in the space, your mum wants to help you find someone, which is lovely. She's very much looking after the house. They're very happy. Your dad I can't pick up on at the moment, but I definitely see that she's in the house.
I was not very close with my dad either. I was way much closer with my mum.
Thank you for sharing that, and that might make that, sometimes that's why they'll come through closer. Is your granddad from your mum's side? Yeah. Because he also popped in. He almost came in as protection of your mum before she came into the space. How I see, he's very protective. He's very angelic. So I really see him looking after the space for you. He just keeps saying Carolina, Carolina. He just keeps repeating it. The house is you've looked after your house really well as well. He's just saying, it's almost like you've taken on he says you've taken on the man job. He says like fixing, painting, building, laying floors.
No, that's the plan. Laying the floor is the plan. I've been trying to Google it, but I don't want to invest into something that's not mine. So I have a house, back in Slovakia that I want to sell, which we're trying to sell for the last 5 years after my parents, that is empty. And I want to invest in here. But
I see.
I don't know whether the place where I'm in, will I be able to buy it? I don't know. So we'll see. But the house that is sitting there, we're just really trying to get rid of that one.
I feel like there's an opportunity for you to go over to the old your parents' house.
Yeah.
It's almost like I see you going over there and meeting somebody who to help sell it. But I feel like that's also to happen.
Yeah.
So whether it's happened before, I feel like there's another trip. I also keep hearing February in regards to that house starting to actually move and get sold and actually have somebody.
Good.
And I feel like it's quick because it's a family that want to move in quickly.
Oh, good. Okay.
And they hit cash.
Okay.
So
good.
that's good.
That's really was one of my questions that I wanted to ask, because it's been, since my mum died 20 years and since my dad died, it's been 5 years in the house. Really, we want to move on with it.
And it also, there's an element of that home is yours, is also like how you want to use that home to make your home.
Yeah.
Is how I would interpret it. That's my interpretation of what's being said. Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's anything else. I'll just check the time as well quickly. Oh, yes. Okay, we've got a couple more minutes. Is there anything else outside of what we've talked about that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, just got one tiny little question. Yeah. I mentioned that I did IVF with my ex-partner. I've been having a very strong pull to do, because we had one more embryo in the freezer, and it's like my head and my heart are fighting. I'm paying for the accommodation for the storage of the embryo. It's not an egg, it's not a sperm, it's an actual embryo. So it's basically a ready-made product, and I don't have the finances, but my heart is saying, just do it. Just do it. My head is like, don't be stupid. You cannot do 2 children on your own without the very minimal partner support and no parents, no village. But my heart can literally not. I cannot physically bring myself to like get rid of the embryo, because that's my child in the freezer. And it's really hard, because I never really wanted to be a mother until I turned like 39. And now I have one that is beautiful, amazing, and life-changing. I feel like I want more of that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, what is my answer here? I don't know what to do. I'm lost. It's
a really interesting space to be in. I can understand your questioning what to do. What I asked was, when you were asking, I said, what's the way forward? And they said, and they took me back to this other dimension or this past life. This is actually the next piece of the puzzle. This changes the dynamic in a really positive way. It's actually, this is a really good example of you being in a space of making a decision outside of a relationship with that person, because that relationship, again, you're still working on how does that actually look. It almost is understanding your heart and your connection to wanting to help that soul come through, is how I feel what you're saying, is something that I see you being, I'm just scanning your body, I see you being able to do and going forward with that as an option. Obviously you have free will and you can come out of here and change your mind, or you can pause. Interestingly, when you talked about it, I kept hearing February. And I feel like there's something to do with the connection with that month, maybe in regards to the home and the selling of, and then that kind of next step. But it's like, it's your mum's saying put the baby in the oven.
Yeah, my mum died as well in February, which is really interesting. So it's her anniversary. Okay,
I'm sorry for that, but thank you for sharing, because that would make sense. I keep seeing the numbers like 14, 16 and 18.
Okay.
And it feels like, it does feel like in February, but it feels like that's in relation to selling, making decisions and things happening. I feel like once you make the decision, you're going to go in the next day. Yeah. Or as in as soon as possible.
I did give myself till the end of the year to kind of figure out what to do. Just till the end of the year to feel like I'm 100% sure that this is what I want to do. So I don't want to rush things. But
I feel like you're in a position to make that decision. I see everything as a genuine possibility. If I didn't, I would say, but I'm scanning your uterus and you're ready to go. In fact, it's even more ready because of your daughter. Yeah. She would love to, your daughter would love to have a sibling.
100%.
if you decide to move forward with that choice, like Our Lips to God's Ears, it looks beautiful and healthy. I see September, October, which probably is the 9 months. I can't do the math, but as in late October.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be, it's almost like you really are. I feel like what they're saying is when it happens and when you make a decision and when things start to move, it's about you recognizing how incredibly in control and powerful you are of your own space, and you're kind of moving through the past and you're moving into the future.
I mean, if I had the money, I would have done it yesterday, you know. But being a self-employed yoga teacher, I have to like be careful how I move.
Of course.
But if the house sold tomorrow, I'll be in a clinic the day after.
That's really interesting you say that, because that's what I see you doing.
Okay, good.
So, but that feels like top of next year. I would say February.
Okay.
And I would say it's like anniversary of your mum's passing, house gets sold, embryo goes in if you wish to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything else just before we go?
No, I think that's answers a lot of stuff. I did come in here with a bit like, you know, crushed by life a little bit, and I'm trying to like navigate the tough, muddy waters. And every day I wake up like, today's a good day. It's a good day. But there are times when just the Fight Club happens again. I'm just like, oh my God, why?
You're a lotus flower. You know the lotus flower. You're literally in the muddy waters, but from that you come up.
Yeah.
I really feel like this is the last 6 months of it. I really see that, and I do feel like the top of next year, it probably, all of the things we've talked about, that changing, that movement, you know, shifts things materialistically for you in a way that means you can kind of have a practical, logical place. But where you are emotionally, where you are in spiritual space, it's like you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with this setup, with the three soul dynamic. You're ready to expand. And I feel like that is the dichotomy, the difference is you're ready, but you got to wait. And you're so connected into the spiritual space, but you got to wait for the logistics of practicality. So my advice always around that space is feel fabulous about yourself. Do everything you need to do. While you wait, enjoy yourself. I go and get my nails done. If I'm like, okay, I've got to wait a minute, I'm like, what can I go and do? Or maybe I'll go to the museum, or I'm just going to feel good. Like, so I love what you're saying, which is I wake up and like, it's a good day. I think that's the best way to move forward. Just before we go, your mum is definitely around, but she really is like cleaning a lot. She's like tidying up the house. She's always around your house, helping move things and looking after it. And your grandfather is, so she sends her love. And your grandfather is also very much around, and I keep seeing these big wings off of him. So your protection is and he's protecting your mum and everyone. So he's a very special man. I'm very grateful that he came through as well.
Good.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
So how was that for you? How was that experience?
Good. It was really positive, actually. Very, very nice. Yeah.
Is there anything that surprised you?
That my granddad came. I never really had a great, not necessarily that great, non-existent relationship with my granddad. He was quite like I would say, strict, harsh man. And he came in as in this angelic protector, which is really lovely to know and to be aware of. Yeah. I kind of had an idea that my mum can come over, because she always does. She came over, and my granddad is her dad. So they kind of came in together, which was nice.
And with that, did you have then expectations before you came in of what might happen, or were you completely open?
I was open, completely open. Yeah.
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 And from what you've said, it sounds like you've had other readings. So how is this compared to those?
It felt quite, I would say, speedy, like bish bash bosh kind of thing, which is great. It felt very honest. It felt spot on, pretty much. It was great interaction, I think. Yeah.
And are there any takeaways for you or things that you're going to think about when you leave here?
Yeah, interestingly, I feel a little bit lighter. I came here with a little bit of a heavy heart.
Nice.
Going through like the last year has been challenging for me, so I feel like I can breathe again. Like knowing that now I have a little bit more support, and knowing that, you know, the spiritual world out there is on my side, is just made me feel a little bit like kind of heavy bag of stone has been shed from my shoulders, and
the weight's lifted.
I just feel uplifted, and I feel a little bit more peaceful and calm, I suppose.
That's
Which is
amazing.
really nice.
Yeah. And I guess final question then. You've had readings before, you've had this reading now. Why are they important to you?
Because I lost my parents, and I almost feel like it's a date with my parents. I lost my mum when I was like 25, and that was really, really hard and challenging because she was actually, which I forgot to mention it today, she was actually the age that I am now. So she was 46 when she passed, and I'm 46. So this is really like profound for me. Because all of my life, I thought, oh my God, my mum died when she was 46. Her mum died when she was 46. Oh my God, what's going to happen when I'm 46? You know, when you kind of have that, like, oh my God, one day you're going to be 46 and that's the end. And it's not the end, it's just the beginning. But that's why it's been quite profound. And then my dad has passed, was 6 years ago in the epidemic. And even though I didn't have a great relationship, I worked on myself to kind of, not necessarily forgive and forget, but more like mend whatever relationship I had with my dad. So not having them in my life and having a young child on my own, it feels like it's important to connect with them. And I really miss them. Yeah. Despite the fact that, there may be challenges along the way. It feels like it's just nice to know that they're still there, looking after me and protecting me and, trying to be helpful in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.